Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third video in the series of RBI DEPR 2022 questions. So far, I've discussed 20 questions that were asked in the DEPR exam of 2022. And now, in this video, let us discuss some more questions. So, question number 21, here we were given the capital output ratio, which was given as 5 is to 1, and then savings rate was given as 12.5 percentage, and population growth rate was also given as 2.5 percentage, and then it was asked to find out the growth rate of output. Now here I'm a little bit confused. I'm not able to remember accurately that whether we were asked to find the growth rate of output or growth rate of per capita output, but let us see how to solve this. So you can write the capital output ratio as delta K by delta Y. That is the change in capital by change in output. And change in capital, so this you can write as investment because whatever the change in capital will be, so that will be called as the investments done. Now, so COR is equal to I by delta Y. And at equilibrium, we know that investments are equal to savings, right? So now what we can do is in the place of I, write S here. So then COR, and so this will become COR is equal to S by delta Y, right? Now let us take delta Y here. So COR into delta Y will be equal to I, and that is equal to S. And now further, the savings we can write as small s into Y, right? Now, so now let us take this Y, down here below this. So delta Y by Y, then this will be equal to S by COR. Now this was what we were asked to find, and S was given as 12.5, COR was given as 5. So 12.5 by 5, that will be equal to 2.5. So the answer should be 2.5. But if it was asked to find out the per capita growth rate, then what we can do is, so GY, the growth rate of output, we already know now, that is equal to 2.5 percentage. Per capita growth rate, what will it will be? So it will be GY minus GP. So GY we already know, that is 2.5, and GP again they were given, they gave us GP, the growth rate of population, as 2.5. So then the answer will be 0. That is the per capita uh, growth rate of output will be 0. Now guys, you decide what was asked, because I'm not able to remember accurately what was asked. But if it was asked the growth rate of output only, then the answer would be 2.5. But if it was the per capita growth rate of output, then the answer would be 0. But I hope the concept is clear. Okay, guys. Next question, question number 22. Now this was a very factual question on the review of a foreign trade policy of 2015 to 2020, and there were some statements given regarding the uh, various duty scripts, and there were some rates given. So I'm really not able to remember what were the options, and it was completely factual. So I think this was a slightly difficult question, because normally we don't expect this. But again, these questions, I think they are meant to be skipped. But of course, like, if someone knows, then he or she will be in advantage. But yeah, this was a difficult question, and I'm really not able to remember what were the options there in this question. Then again, a theoretical question. So some statements about the Pura scheme, that is providing urban amenities in rural areas. So some statements were given regarding this scheme. Again, these statements, I'm really not able to remember them accurately. But what I could remember is there was one statement regarding that there will be a school and a hospital within 5 to 7 kilometer of every village, and then there was something related to network connectivity, and the network connectivity could be this as well. So I'm not sure what was there. And then something was mentioned with respect to economic connectivity. And then the last option, last statement I remember was that adequate marketing mechanisms will be provided such that each village can sell its output to the nearby villages itself. So these were the options. And now, since I'm really not sure about these statements, so can't really comment what will be the answer in this question. You guys can help me out, in the comment section down below. So if you remember what were these statements, and then what could be the answer. So options were like this, one correct, one and two correct, two, three, and four, and then the last was that all of these statements are correct. But here, uh, like the idea is that that RBI can ask about certain schemes as well. This is the the learning that we should take from this question. Of course, this was a difficult question again. I mean, I'm not sure how many people would have marked this correct, but this is just to give an idea that RBI can ask some questions regarding some schemes as well. But then again, there are plethora of schemes that are there. So I think this question was also meant to be skipped because, uh, so certainly it was on a slightly difficult side. Okay, so another theoretical question, question number 24. So here, four terms were given and the explanations were given for each of these terms, and then we had to find out that which of these explanations were correct. So first term was pegging operations, and if I remember correctly, it was written something like this, that it refers to something like purchase and sale of domestic currencies by countries in the international market. Again, I may be wrong as well in remembering this thing. Cost of insurance, I'm not able to remember what was the explanation given, and same for the freight. I'm really not able to remember. Dumping, I remember that it was written that it is a price discrimination strategy by a monopolist, which is selling the same product at different prices in different geographies. So this statement was correct. And if I remember the options correctly, so uh, there were two options in which dumping was not mentioned. So those we could easily eliminate. Now, rest two, I'm not able to remember which were these things because I'm not able to remember what were the exact definitions given for these. But certainly, you can get a fair idea that what was the question asked. Okay, next question, question number 25. So this was a very straightforward question. That is, a spot purchase of a currency coupled with simultaneous forward sale of the same currency is called. So guys, this is a direct question. I mean, this is straight away. This is called a swap. So I don't think there is anything to explain here because this is not forward. Forward is something different. Future. This is not future. This is nowhere related to options. So this is what is called swap. Okay, next question, question number 26. So this was from probability. So here a bag was given. So that is, a bag contains 8 black and 4 white balls, and 10 balls were randomly selected from this bag. So then it was asked, what is the probability that out of these 10 balls selected, 6 will be black and 4 will be white? So like we had eight black balls and 4 white balls. Now let us see how we can do this. So 10 balls are selected randomly, right? And they were asking that out of these 10 balls, what is the probability that 6 will be black? So, we know that 8 are black balls. Now, out of the 10 balls, what is the probability that 6 will be black? So that will be simply 8c6, right? Because we have to choose 6 balls, and they have given that there were 8 black balls. And then so 6 will be black and 4 will be white, and we know already that there were 4 white balls, so this will be simply 4c4, or you can just directly write 1 here. So these are the the favorable outcomes that we need to know. And what is the total outcomes? So that will be, so there were 12 balls total and 10 we selected, so this will be 12c10. Now further, you can solve this. So this will be 8 factorial by 6 factorial into 2 factorial. This will be 1 simply, and this will be uh, so this will be 12 factorial divided by 10 factorial into 2 factorial. So if we solve this, so this will be 8 by 6, 2 into 10 factorial into 2 factorial divided by 12 factorial. So 2 factorial will cancel out. Now 12 factorial you can write as 12 into 11 into 10 factorial, right? So this 10 factorial will cancel out from this. And 8 factorial you can write as 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. So this 6 factorial will cancel out. So then what is remaining? If you look at this, so what is remaining is 8 into 7 divided by 12 into 11. Now we can further solve this. So this is 4, this is 6, so 2, 3. So this will be 14 by 33. If I remember, this was in one of the options. So I think this should be the correct answer. Next questions, question number 27. So here, it was given that that there were a number of students and there was some exam, and then the marks of these students were given. So the number of students who scored above 0 marks, so those were 40, and then above 10 marks there were 30 students, above 20 marks there were 18 students, above 30 were 10, and above 40 were 5 students. Now, of course, these values may differ, from what were the actual values in the exam, but you can get an idea. Now, then what was the question? It was asked that how many students scored up to 40 marks, right? So again, very simple question, just a little bit calculation that you need to do. Now, above 40, we know that there were 5 students, and above 30, we know that there were 10 students. So certainly, the students who scored between 30 to 40, so they will be 5. That is 10 minus 5, right? Straightforward. Again, above 20, there were 18 students, and above 30, there were 10 students. So again, students scoring between 20 to 30 marks, so they will be 8. That is how we got it, 18 minus 10, right? Similarly, between 10 to 20, again, you subtract 18 from 30, you will get 12. Then again, from 0 to 10, you subtract 30 from 40, you will get 10. So now we had to find out how many students were there who scored up to 40 marks. So up to 40 means we have to add all of these, right? So if you add all of these, so you'll get 35. So this should be the right answer. Okay, next question. Question number 28. So here a machine was given, and it was mentioned that this machine works when two processes A and B work together. Right? Very important statement that when these two processes work together, then only the machine works. And further, it was mentioned that the probability of failing of process A is zero point 0.4 and probability of failing of process B is 0.5. And then we were asked what will be the probability that the machine will work. So very simple question, I think. So what we need to do here is we need to find probability of A intersection B. Why A intersection B? Because it was mentioned that machine works only when two processes A and B work together. Together means we have to find their intersection. And guys, I missed something here. It was also mentioned that A and B events were independent. So these events were independent as well. I forgot to mention it here. So if they are independent, then we can write PA intersection B as PA into PB directly, right? But don't do this mistake of writing PA as zero point 0.4 and PB as zero point 0.5, because these zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.5 are probabilities of failing of these processes. So this zero point 0.4 is PA dash and this zero point 0.5 is PB dash. So find out PA from this. So PA will be 1 minus zero point 0.4, that is 0.6, and PB will be 1 minus zero point 0.5, that is again zero point 0.5 only. So this 0.6 into 0.5, 0.30. So I think this was in the option as well. So 0.30 should be the right answer. Okay, next question now, question number 29. So here a regression equation was given of expenditure on income, and this was something like this: 2x minus 3y plus 297 is equal to 0. And then further, sigma x by sigma y was given as 4 by 3. And then it was asked to find out the value of the correlation coefficient. So again, not a very difficult question. So how we can do this? So firstly, we should express y in terms of x, because the regression equation was expenditure on income. So it was y on x. So we can write, so it was given as 2x minus 3y as 297. So this we can write as what, 3y is equal to 2x minus 297. So y will be 2 by 3x minus 297. Now from this we can infer that what, that byx, so that is 2 by 3, right guys? I know, I hope that you guys know this. Now byx, we also know that we can also write byx as so byx you can also write as r sigma y by sigma x, right? So byx we are given as 2 by 3. R we have to find out sigma y by sigma x. So we were given sigma x by sigma y. So this will be 3. Sorry, this is y and this is x. So this will be 3 by 4, right? So from here, R will be what? 8 by 9. If I remember correctly, the values, of course, these values may differ, but the basic idea of how to solve this question was this. Okay, next question, guys. Question number 30. So here, there was a student who performed an experiment in which he collected some data on X and Y for the years between 2015 to 2021. And following equation he obtained. So he obtained some equation that was y is equal to a plus bx. Now, of course, we were given these values, the numerical values of a and the numerical value of b, which I'm not able to remember. And then it was asked what will be the value of y for the year 2023, right? So again, simple question. So here the catch was that you had to assume that for 2015, the value of x is 1, right? So if you do like this, so for 2016 it will be 2, 17 it will be 3, 18 it will be 4, 19 it will be 5, and 21 it will be 6. So for 23, for 2023, the value of x will be 8. And then when you put the value here, then you will get the answer for the value of y. And I think the answer was coming as 135. And it was in one of the options, if I remember it. Okay, next question, guys. Question number 31. So here, if investment is not responding to change in interest rates, then which of the following is true? So firstly, if investment is not responding to change in interest rates, so uh, you must be knowing that investment we can write as I naught minus b into I, right? I naught is the autonomous investment, and this small I is the interest rate, and b is the interest elasticity of investment. So they have given us that this b is 0. That is, you change the interest rate, but there will be no impact on the level of investment, right? Now they are asking us that what will be its impact on the IES curve, and whether monetary policy will be effective or not. So they're asking about the slope of the IS curve, whether it will be horizontal or vertical. So we should know the formula of the slope of the IS curve. So that is what the slope of IS curve is minus 1 upon alpha g into b, right? Alpha g is the government expenditure multiplier, and b here is the same, that is the interest elasticity of investment. So if b is given as 0, then this whole expression, so this will become infinite. That is, slope of IS curve is infinite. That is, IS curve is basically vertical. So if we draw the IS curve, so this will be interest rate on vertical axis, y on horizontal axis. So IS curve will look something like this. Now, guys, very easy to answer. Let us say some y naught level of income. Now, monetary policy LM curve, we know it is positively sloped. LM, let us say this is the LM curve. Now, if you do any type of monetary policy, whether expansionary or contractionary, so LM curve will shift, but it will shift. So if you use expansionary monetary policy, it will go like this. For contractionary monetary policy, it will shift like this, right? But what we are witnessing here is that why the output will not change. That is, the LM curve will be completely ineffective when the IS curve is horizontal, right? And this was there in one of the options. So let us check the options. So according to us, IS curve should be vertical and monetary policy should be completely. Uh, oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. So IS curve should be vertical firstly, and then monetary policy should be completely ineffective. So this, no, not this option. Yes, this one. IS curve will be vertical and MP will be completely ineffective. So this should be the answer. Okay, next question. Question number 32. So here it was given that assume cloth is on x-axis and wheat is on y-axis, and it was also given that assume that PPF is a straight line. So then we were asked that what does the slope of PPF represent? Whether it is a marginal rate of transformation with respect to cloth and wheat, or is it PC by PW, or both MRT and PC by PW. So if you look at this, if we draw the PPF, so they have given that cloth is on x-axis and wheat is on y-axis. So and it is a straight line PPF. So it will look something like this. So of course, we know slope of PPF is known as MRT. There is no doubt about with respect to this. But now whether the slope is also equal to the price ratio. So according to me, it should not be always equal to price ratio. It can be, because price ratio is need not be equal to MRT, because it can be anything. The price ratio, the slope of this price line, it can be equal to the MRT, it can be less than or more than as well. because there are several factors influencing PC by PW. So I don't think that these two should be equal. But let me know, guys, what do you guys think for this one? So according to me, this should be the answer for this one. Okay, next question, question number 33. So in this question, it was given that there are two countries, and if they trade with each other, and the trade is mutually beneficial, then their consumption point after the trade, will that point lie on the production possibility frontier, or inside the PPF, or outside the PPF? So again, I think a simple question, because so if you look at any country, so let us say this is the PPF of that country. Now, of course, this country will come into trade with another country only when the trade is beneficial to this country. That is, if it is able to move out of its PPF, the consumption point, because the country can itself move along this PPF on its own. Like, it does not need any help or any trade with some other nation. Now, because the country wants to move out of its PPF, they want to consume more, then only they will come into they will do trade with any other country. So I think this is very simple. Both the countries, the consumption point should be outside of their respective PPFs. Okay, question number 34. Now, here again, it was a question on HO model of international trade, and it was asked what was the reason behind the mutually beneficial trade according to the HO model of international trade. And the options were like this: difference in prices, or some difference in technology, difference in resource endowment. So again, a very basic question on HO model. If you know what is HO model, so the correct answer is this: difference in resource endowments, because all other things, these technology and other things, the HO model assumed these to be constant. So it is because of the difference in the resources, that is, if one country is capital abundant, if the second country is labor abundant, then only the mutually beneficial trade will be possible between them. So I think very simple question, answer should be C, that is difference in resource endowments. Okay, next question, question number 35. So here, it was given that a nation imports wool worth of $80 in order to produce a suit worth of $100. And it was given that the nation, the import tariff that the nation charges, that is 10%, and the value addition done by the domestic country, so that was $20. And then it was asked to calculate the effective rate of tariff. Now, guys, before solving this, I've pasted this picture. So this question, this is taken directly from the Salvatore book. So if you look at I think it is on page number 220. So just look at this statement. So this is exactly the same. So I think they've just copied it from there. So yeah, but still, the question was not that difficult. So effective rate of tariff. So basically, you have to see that what is the value addition done by that company, and then what was the tariff charged. So if you see, the value addition was just $20, and what was the tariff charge? That was 10% of this $100, so that is $10. So effectively, for the producers of that country, this is the tariff that is charged, and this is the value that they were adding. So of course, the effective rate will be 10 by 20, so this will be 50%. So I think very simple question. If you have read Salvatore, then maybe you would have marked the answer within 5 seconds. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is the last question for this video. I hope you're liking this series, and I'm trying my best to remember the questions and the options, and I'm also trying to give the possible correct answers or the explanation. So I hope you're liking the video. I'll be coming up with some more questions as well in the next videos.